Have you ever felt your energy quietly drained after spending time with someone? Or found yourself questioning your worth, as if manipulated without even realizing it? Evil isn't always a roaring monster or a clear villain from a storybook. It often operates in subtle, insidious ways, hidden behind smiles and small gestures. It could be a person in your life who quietly undermines your confidence, creates chaos, or leaves you in doubt about your own instincts. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca and Epictetus, the great minds of Stoic philosophy, taught us that recognizing and protecting ourselves from toxic influences is essential to maintaining inner peace. They believed that clarity, self-mastery and resilience are our greatest shields against harm. In this article, we will uncover 10 evident signs that someone with harmful intentions may be closer to you than you think. By using the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, you'll learn not only how to identify these signs, but also how to guard your mental and emotional well-being. This is more than just knowledge. It's a guide to safeguarding your peace and reclaiming your power. Ready to step into the light of awareness? Let's begin. 1. Continuous manipulation, the invisible strings. Have you ever found yourself doubting your own abilities or decisions after a conversation with someone you trusted? Subtle manipulation is one of the most dangerous traits of toxic individuals. Unlike overt acts of control, manipulation weaves its way into your thoughts, eroding your confidence and creating dependence. Imagine working with a colleague who, on the surface, appears supportive. They praise your efforts in front of others, making you feel valued. Yet behind closed doors, they quietly undermine your work, inflate your mistakes, and suggest that only their guidance can help you improve. Sound familiar? Manipulation isn't just about control, it's about distorting your reality. Epictetus, one of Stoicism's most profound thinkers, once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Manipulative individuals prey on this truth, knowing that by planting seeds of doubt, they can strip you of your autonomy. Instead of nurturing a healthy, equal relationship, they build a dynamic where you question yourself, and they hold the answers. How can you recognize manipulation early? Look out for people who frequently disregard your boundaries, dismiss your concerns, or make you feel guilty for standing your ground. They might phrase their actions as helping you while slowly leading you into dependence. Reflect for a moment. Is there someone in your life who always insists they know what's best for you? To combat manipulation, Stoic philosophy reminds us of the power of clarity and self-control. Begin by questioning their motives. Does their behavior align with their words? Marcus Aurelius taught us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Apply this wisdom to your relationships. Are their actions consistent with integrity and care, or do they serve their interests at your expense? What's the next step? Set clear boundaries and communicate them assertively. If someone's behavior makes you feel uneasy, trust your instincts and address the issue directly. For instance, you might say, "I appreciate your feedback, but I'd like to make decisions independently." Remember, you have the right to protect your peace. Here's a practical exercise to strengthen your defenses. Write down moments when someone's words or actions left you doubting yourself. Ask yourself, were their intentions genuine, or were they steering you toward dependence? Reflect on how you can approach similar situations differently in the future. As we navigate this complex world, manipulation can be difficult to spot, but awareness is your greatest tool. If this resonates with you, take a moment to think about your own experiences. Have you ever felt trapped in someone else's game of control? Share your story in the comments. Your insights might help others recognize the same patterns. Finally, if you've found this lesson helpful, why not share it with someone who might need it? Knowledge is a shield, and by spreading it, we create stronger, healthier connections. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more practical wisdom inspired by Stoic philosophy. Let's build a community where manipulation loses its power and authenticity thrives. 2. The mask of charm, a beautiful facade. Once you've begun recognizing manipulation, another subtle but equally dangerous trait to be wary of is the illusion of charm. Manipulation may pull invisible strings, but charm is the dazzling stage light that distracts you from seeing those strings in the first place. Have you ever met someone whose smile lit up the room, whose words felt like honey, and who made you feel uniquely special? But as time passed, you began to notice cracks in their perfect facade, small inconsistencies, selfish motives, or even moments when their charm felt calculated. Imagine this scenario. You've just started a new job and one of your colleagues is incredibly welcoming. They compliment your work, share relatable stories, and even offer to help with your projects. At first, their kindness feels refreshing, even inspiring, but over time, you notice subtle shifts. They start taking credit for your contributions during meetings. They ask you to cover for their mistakes, all while making you feel it's a small favor. By the time you realize their charm was a tool for exploitation, you've already bent over backward to accommodate their needs, often at the expense of your own. Marcus Aurelius warned us of this in his Meditations. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Charm, when used sincerely, builds trust and fosters meaningful connections. But when wielded by someone with selfish intentions, it becomes a weapon of manipulation. So, how do you distinguish genuine kindness from calculated charm? A Stoic approach begins with observation. Don't rush to judge someone by their words alone. Instead, focus on their actions over time. Are they consistent in their behavior? Do they treat others with the same respect they show you? More importantly, how do they respond when there's no benefit in it for them? Let me share a personal experience. I once had a friend who had an uncanny ability to make everyone feel seen and appreciated. He would shower people with compliments, effortlessly recalling details about their lives. For years, I admired his charisma. But one day, a mutual acquaintance shared how he had belittled me behind my back while still pretending to be supportive. It was a harsh lesson, but it taught me the importance of paying attention to someone's integrity, not just their charm. If you've ever encountered someone whose charm left you feeling uneasy, trust your instincts. Ask yourself, does this person's charm align with their values and actions, or is it masking something deeper? Share your experiences in the comments. Your stories could help others see past the glittering surface of charm. Lastly, let's use this moment to reflect on our own behaviors. Are we authentic in our interactions, or do we sometimes rely on charm to get what we want? Growth begins with self-awareness. If this resonates with you, share it with others and subscribe for more timeless wisdom. Together, let's cultivate relationships built on truth, not illusions. 3. Absence of empathy, the silent barrier to true connection. As we peel back the layers of manipulation and charm, another troubling sign begins to emerge: lies without remorse. These individuals don't simply lie to cover small mistakes or out of embarrassment. Their dishonesty is intentional, calculated, and devoid of guilt. Have you ever trusted someone deeply, only to discover they've been fabricating stories or twisting the truth for their gain? Picture this. You work alongside a teammate who consistently exaggerates their role in projects, taking credit for successes they barely contributed to. When confronted with evidence, they remain calm, deflect the blame, or even accuse you of misunderstanding. Their lack of remorse isn't just unsettling, it's a red flag waving boldly in your face. Marcus Aurelius once said in Meditations, If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. For Stoics, integrity is non-negotiable, yet for such individuals, the truth becomes an obstacle, something to bend or bury. Lies, however, are fragile, constantly at risk of unraveling. This is where your awareness becomes your shield. Pay close attention to inconsistencies. Do their actions align with their words? Do their stories shift under scrutiny? Reflect on your interactions. Has anyone ever made you question your own reality or memory by their deceptive behavior? Recognizing these patterns early can save you from emotional turmoil and wasted trust. But the challenge lies not only in identifying deceit, but also in choosing how to respond. Stoicism teaches us not to react with anger or despair, but to uphold our values and safeguard our peace. When faced with lies, don't engage in their web of deception. Instead, calmly establish boundaries. For instance, if someone's dishonesty has hurt you, approach them with clarity. I value honesty, and I've noticed some discrepancies in what you've shared. Can we address this openly? While they may deflect or deny, your firmness sends a clear message. You will not tolerate deceit. Beyond confrontation, it's crucial to fortify your inner world. Lies only harm us deeply if we allow them to undermine our self-worth. Reflect on Epictetus's wisdom. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Use this perspective to remain grounded. Write in a journal about how dishonesty has impacted you and how you plan to move forward with clarity and strength. If you've encountered someone who lies without remorse, share your story in the comments. Your insights could help others recognize and protect themselves from similar experiences. And if this resonates with you, consider sharing this article to spread awareness. Let's commit to building relationships rooted in truth and respect, starting with our own actions. Subscribe to our channel for more Stoic wisdom to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Lies may seek to distort your path, but with awareness and integrity, you can always find your way back to peace. 4. Lack of empathy, the silent void. After navigating the treacherous waters of manipulation, charm, and lies, another red flag rises: lack of empathy. While dishonesty erodes trust, the absence of empathy strips relationships of their very soul. Have you ever opened up about a deeply personal struggle, only to be met with cold indifference or a dismissive remark? It feels like pouring your heart into a void, only to have your vulnerability trivialized. Imagine confiding in someone about the weight of a recent failure, hoping for understanding, but instead hearing, "That's just life. Why dwell on it?" While the words may seem practical on the surface, they cut deeply, leaving you isolated and questioning your worth. Empathy is not just a virtue, it's the bridge that connects us as human beings. Seneca once said, "We are social creatures, not meant to live solely for ourselves." Yet for those who lack empathy, others are mere tools to further their agendas. They cannot, or will not, see beyond their own needs, leaving their relationships transactional and hollow. This lack of empathy often reveals itself in subtle ways. Perhaps you've noticed someone constantly shifting the focus back to themselves, even in moments when your pain or joy should take center stage. Or maybe you've felt their indifference during critical moments when support would have meant the world to you. Reflect for a moment. Is there someone in your life who never seems to truly listen, who minimizes your emotions while inflating their own experiences? This isn't just a minor flaw, it's a sign of a deeper void, a disconnect from the compassion that makes relationships thrive. The great Stoics teach us to guard against such influences. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, advised, "No more arguing about what a good man should be one." When faced with someone's lack of empathy, this isn't a call to change them. It's a reminder to protect your own heart and values. But how do you deal with such individuals? First, establish clear emotional boundaries. If someone repeatedly invalidates your feelings, consider responding with calm clarity, such as, "I understand you have your perspective, but this is important to me. I'd appreciate your support." While their response may still lack warmth, your assertiveness reinforces your self-worth. Beyond setting boundaries, reflect on the relationships that uplift you. Write about the people who genuinely celebrate your highs and stand by you during your lows. These are the connections worth nurturing. Stoicism also reminds us not to let others' indifference harden us. While you cannot force someone to feel, you can choose to remain compassionate. Empathy is a strength, not a weakness, and practicing it enriches not only your life, but also the lives of those who genuinely value it. Have you ever experienced this silent void of empathy? Share your story in the comments. Your perspective may help others recognize and overcome similar challenges. If this resonates, consider sharing it with someone who might need these insights. Don't forget to subscribe for more guidance inspired by Stoic wisdom. Together, let's foster a community rooted in mutual respect, where empathy shines as the foundation of meaningful connections. 5. The hunger for control, breaking free from invisible chains. When dealing with someone devoid of empathy, you may notice another troubling pattern emerging: the insatiable hunger for control. This trait doesn't always appear as blatant commands or authoritarian behavior. Often, it creeps in quietly, disguised as helpful advice or concern for your well-being. Have you ever had someone make you feel incapable of making decisions on your own? Perhaps they phrase their dominance as guidance, saying things like, "I just want what's best for you," while subtly undermining your confidence and autonomy. It starts small, choosing where to meet for coffee, suggesting what career move to make, or advising you on personal matters. Over time, their control tightens, leaving you dependent on their approval. Marcus Aurelius aptly observed in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. For a Stoic, freedom begins with reclaiming control over your own thoughts and choices, a strength that toxic individuals fear because it dismantles their grip on you. This hunger for control is often rooted in their own insecurities. People who feel powerless internally often seek to dominate others externally. They use guilt, shame, or even affection to bend your will to theirs, subtly eroding your sense of independence. Imagine working on a team where a colleague insists on approving every decision, no matter how minor. They claim it's to ensure success, but their actions stifle your creativity and breed self-doubt. Their approval becomes a constant need, and soon you find yourself hesitating to act without their input. Does this sound familiar? Take a moment to reflect. Is there someone in your life who consistently oversteps boundaries under the guise of helping? How does it make you feel? Recognizing this behavior is the first step to breaking free from it. Stoic philosophy offers a practical roadmap for dealing with control-hungry individuals. First, identify what lies within your power and what does not. Epictetus famously taught, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things beyond our control." Begin by asserting your autonomy in small ways. For instance, if someone consistently dictates your choices, respond firmly but respectfully. "I appreciate your input, but I'd like to make this decision on my own." This simple act of reclaiming agency can shift the dynamic in your favor. Additionally, journal about moments where you felt controlled or manipulated. Reflect on how you can approach similar situations differently in the future. The key to escaping this invisible chain is understanding that true relationships empower rather than constrain. Seek connections that uplift you, where mutual respect and trust thrive. Have you encountered someone who tries to control your decisions? Share your story in the comments to inspire others who might be facing similar challenges. And if this resonates, pass it along to someone who might need it. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on living with strength and resilience. Remember, your mind is your sanctuary. Guard it fiercely and let no one dictate the path you choose to walk. 6. The blame game, escaping the trap of responsibility shifting. As you begin to reclaim your autonomy from those who hunger for control, you may find yourself facing another toxic tactic, the blame game. People who thrive on dominance often use blame as their shield, deflecting responsibility for their actions and leaving others to bear the consequences. Have you ever worked on a group project where, when something went wrong, one person was quick to point fingers at you or someone else? Perhaps they said things like, "If only you had done your part better, this wouldn't have happened," all while conveniently overlooking their own shortcomings. This pattern isn't just frustrating, it's corrosive. It damages trust, breeds resentment, and leaves you questioning your worth. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, "The truth stands on its own." Yet those who play the blame game distort the truth to avoid accountability, creating a toxic dynamic that traps their targets in cycles of guilt and self-doubt. This behavior often stems from a deep fear of failure or judgment. By blaming others, these individuals protect their fragile egos, convincing themselves, and sometimes others, that they are above reproach. However, this habit not only stunts their personal growth, but also creates a ripple effect of negativity, damaging relationships and stifling collaboration. Imagine working with someone who habitually deflects blame. Their tone might be subtle, couched in seemingly constructive criticism, but their words leave you carrying the weight of their mistakes. Over time, this behavior erodes team spirit and saps your motivation. Have you experienced this before? How did it make you feel? Reflecting on such moments can help you recognize the pattern and avoid falling victim to it again. Stoic philosophy offers a powerful antidote to the blame game, self-accountability. When others attempt to shift responsibility onto you, stay grounded in facts. Instead of reacting emotionally, calmly address the situation with clarity. For example, if a colleague unfairly blames you for a missed deadline, respond with, "I understand your concern, but I've fulfilled my responsibilities as agreed. Let's review the situation together to see what went wrong." This approach not only protects your integrity, but also exposes the flaws in their narrative. Seneca once said, "The truth requires no defense. By standing firm in your truth, you diffuse their attempts to manipulate the situation." To safeguard yourself from chronic blamers, cultivate a strong sense of self-awareness. Regularly reflect on your actions and contributions, ensuring that your accountability is unquestionable. Journaling can be a helpful tool. Write about instances where you've been blamed unfairly and how you responded. How might you handle similar situations differently moving forward? Share your experiences in the comments. Your insights could empower others to stand firm against such tactics. Finally, let this lesson inspire a deeper commitment to honesty and integrity in your own life. Share this article with someone who might benefit from it and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Remember, the truth is your greatest defense. Live it boldly, and let no one dim your light with the shadows of blame. 7. The pleasure of pain. Why some find joy in others' struggles. As you navigate the blame-shifting tactics of toxic individuals, you may encounter an even darker trait, their unsettling pleasure in others' pain. This isn't a trait easily recognized at first. It often hides behind sarcastic jokes, subtle smirks, or offhand remarks that seem harmless. But over time, a pattern emerges. They seem to thrive not when you succeed, but when you stumble. Imagine sharing a moment of vulnerability, a setback at work or a personal disappointment, only to sense a glint of satisfaction in their reaction. Perhaps they offer words like, "I figured that might happen," with a smile that feels more mocking than supportive. This behavior isn't just hurtful, it's toxic, eroding your trust and leaving you questioning their intentions. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, advised, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This wisdom reminds us to rise above such negativity, choosing dignity over retaliation. What drives this behavior? For many, it stems from deep insecurity. People who find joy in others' struggles are often battling their own feelings of inadequacy. Your success highlights their shortcomings, and your pain becomes their twisted source of comfort. Rather than seeking self-improvement, they focus on tearing others down, as if diminishing your light will somehow make theirs shine brighter. Reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever felt the sting of someone reveling in your failures? How did you respond? Recognizing this pattern can help you avoid internalizing their negativity. Stoic philosophy offers a powerful shield against this behavior, perspective, and resilience. When someone delights in your struggles, their reaction is a reflection of their character, not yours. Seneca once wrote, "A good character is the only guarantee of everlasting carefree happiness." Instead of letting their actions drag you into bitterness, use their negativity as a reminder to remain rooted in your values. The greatest strength lies in refusing to let others dictate your emotions or actions. If someone mocks your setbacks, respond with calm confidence. "I see this as a chance to learn and grow. How about you?" This response not only disarms their negativity, but also reinforces your resilience. To protect yourself from individuals who take pleasure in your pain, surround yourself with people who genuinely celebrate your successes and stand by you in your struggles. Strengthen these meaningful connections by expressing gratitude for their support. Additionally, reflect on how you can shield your inner peace from others' harmful behavior. Journaling about moments of negativity and how you overcame them can help you build emotional strength. Have you encountered someone who seemed to enjoy your setbacks? Share your story in the comments. Your insights could inspire others to stand firm in the face of similar challenges. If this lesson resonates with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need these tools. Subscribe for more wisdom rooted in Stoic philosophy, and remember, your light is too powerful to be dimmed by someone else's darkness. Choose to rise above and let your strength shine through every challenge. 8. Isolation as a weapon, the silent attack on your strength. When dealing with someone who takes pleasure in your pain, their tactics often go beyond passive remarks or subtle mockery. One of the most insidious strategies they employ is isolation. By creating division between you and your loved ones, they slowly strip away your support system, leaving you vulnerable and easier to control. At first, their actions may seem well-meaning. They might say things like, "Your friends don't truly understand you," or "I'm the only one who really has your back." Their words seem comforting, but over time, you begin to feel a growing distance from the people who once brought you joy and strength. Marcus Aurelius cautioned against this in Meditations. "We are born for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids. To act against one another is unnatural." By undermining your connections, they act against this natural order, isolating you for their gain. Imagine a scenario. You've recently become close with someone who constantly questions the loyalty of your friends or the intentions of your family. At first, you brush it off, but their comments grow more persistent. Did you notice how your friend didn't really support you in that moment? Or, your family doesn't seem to appreciate you as much as I do? Slowly, these remarks take root, sowing doubt in your mind. Before long, you find yourself avoiding calls, skipping gatherings, and leaning solely on this person for emotional support. It's only when you feel completely alone that you realize their calculated strategy. Why do they do this? Often, individuals who use isolation as a weapon are deeply insecure. They fear losing control over you and see your relationships as threats to their influence. By isolating you, they ensure you have no one else to turn to, making you more reliant on their approval and guidance. Have you ever experienced this? How did it affect your relationships and sense of self? Reflecting on these experiences is a crucial step toward regaining your autonomy. Stoic philosophy teaches us the power of connection. Seneca wrote, "Life is not for solitude, we are made for community." To counteract isolation, rebuild the bonds that sustain you. Start by reaching out to those you've distanced yourself from. Send a message, make a call, or meet for coffee. Share your experiences honestly and allow your loved ones to remind you of the strength you possess. Additionally, establish firm boundaries with the person attempting to isolate you. Politely but firmly reject their divisive remarks. I value my relationships and don't want to judge others based on assumptions. This not only protects your connections, but also signals that their tactics won't succeed. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect. Is there someone in your life trying to separate you from your support system? How can you take the first step to rebuild those connections? Share your thoughts in the comments, as your story might empower others facing similar challenges. If this insight feels valuable, consider sharing it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to navigate life's complexities. Remember, your strength lies in connection. Nurture it, protect it, and let it guide you back to your true self. 9. Hidden jealousy, the quiet force that chips away at your confidence. As you reconnect with your support system and fortify your sense of belonging, you might begin to notice another toxic trait lurking in the shadows: hidden jealousy. Unlike overt forms of envy, this kind hides behind friendly smiles and well-meaning words, making it even harder to detect. It often emerges as backhanded compliments or subtle remarks that leave you doubting your accomplishments. Have you ever celebrated a success only to hear something like, "That's great, but are you sure you can handle the next step?" At first, it might seem like concern, but over time, these comments reveal a pattern. Instead of celebrating your growth, this person is quietly trying to diminish it. Seneca, in his timeless wisdom, observed, "Envy is the ulcer of the soul. It eats away not only at the person who harbors it, but also at those who unknowingly endure its effects." Jealousy often stems from a place of insecurity. Those who carry it are unable to celebrate others' achievements because they perceive them as reminders of their own shortcomings. Imagine a colleague who always seems supportive but reacts with an awkward smile when you're recognized for your work. They might say, "You're doing great, but you were lucky that the timing worked out," planting doubt in your mind about whether your success was truly earned. These comments, though subtle, begin to erode your confidence, making you second-guess your abilities. Have you ever experienced this? How did it make you feel? Reflecting on these moments can help you identify hidden jealousy before it takes root in your relationships. To counter this, Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on our own growth rather than the judgments of others. Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." When faced with jealous remarks, remind yourself of the effort you've put into your achievements. Your success is not diminished by someone else's inability to celebrate it. If someone's words leave you feeling uneasy, address the issue calmly but firmly. For example, you might say, "I appreciate your perspective, but I'm proud of the work I've done to get here." This not only reinforces your confidence, but also signals that their attempts to undermine you will not succeed. Beyond defending yourself, use jealousy as a mirror to reflect on your own reactions. Have you ever felt envy towards someone else? How did you channel that energy? Instead of allowing jealousy to fester, Stoicism encourages us to transform it into motivation for self-improvement. Celebrate others' successes as inspiration for your own journey. If you've encountered hidden jealousy, share your story in the comments. Your insights might help others recognize and navigate similar situations. If this message resonates, pass it along to someone who could benefit from it. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to help you build resilience and confidence in the face of life's challenges. Remember, your achievements are a testament to your hard work and perseverance. Don't let hidden jealousy cast a shadow on your light. 10. The unrepentant heart. A warning against the refusal to change. As you learn to navigate hidden jealousy and protect your confidence, you may encounter one of the most toxic traits of all, the unrepentant heart. Unlike jealousy or manipulation, which can sometimes be tempered through self-awareness, an unrepentant heart reflects a refusal to grow, learn, or take responsibility. Have you ever dealt with someone who, no matter how glaring their mistakes, always finds a way to shift the blame or justify their actions? Perhaps you've heard phrases like, "It's not my fault, things just didn't go as planned," or worse, "Why are you making this such a big deal?" These individuals lack the humility to acknowledge their flaws, and instead, they entrench themselves in stubbornness, leaving no room for accountability or change. Marcus Aurelius observed in Meditations, "If someone can prove me wrong, I will gladly change. I seek the truth, which has never harmed anyone." This wisdom reminds us that true strength lies in humility and the courage to admit our mistakes. An unrepentant heart is a danger not only to those around it, but also to the person who carries it. Refusing to acknowledge wrongdoing creates a cycle of denial and stagnation, preventing growth and eroding trust. Imagine a friend who constantly cancels plans last minute, leaving you disappointed. When confronted, instead of apologizing, they deflect with excuses like, "I've been really busy," or "You're overreacting." Over time, their inability to own up to their behavior chips away at the relationship, leaving you questioning whether they truly value your time and effort. Reflect for a moment. Have you ever encountered someone who consistently refused to take responsibility? How did it impact your relationship with them? Stoic philosophy offers a powerful perspective for dealing with such individuals. Seneca advised, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." In this case, the more they crave is the illusion of being faultless. When you encounter someone with an unrepentant heart, remember that their behavior is not a reflection of your worth, but of their unwillingness to confront their own flaws. Protect yourself by setting firm boundaries. For instance, if a colleague refuses to acknowledge their part in a mistake, address the issue calmly. "I understand things didn't go as planned, but it's important we all take responsibility so we can move forward." By focusing on solutions rather than assigning blame, you maintain your integrity while limiting their ability to deflect. In your own journey, strive to embody the opposite of an unrepentant heart. Practice self-reflection regularly. Write about mistakes you've made and the lessons you've learned from them. Share your experiences in the comments. Your story might encourage someone else to embrace accountability and growth. If this message resonates, share it with others and subscribe for more insights inspired by Stoic philosophy. Remember, admitting fault is not a sign of weakness. It is the first step towards strength and transformation. Choose humility, seek truth, and let every mistake become a stepping stone to a wiser, stronger version of yourself. As we conclude this journey through the 10 evident signs of toxic individuals, remember that awareness is your greatest ally, and Stoic philosophy is your guide to navigating these challenges with clarity and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus remind us that while we cannot control others, we can always control how we respond. These lessons empower you to protect your inner peace, nurture authentic relationships, and stay grounded in your values, no matter the chaos around you. Have you encountered any of these signs in your life? How did you handle them? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your insights could help someone else take the first step toward freedom and self-awareness. If you found value in this message, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe to the channel for more transformative wisdom inspired by Stoicism. As you move forward, carry this thought with you. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Ask yourself, are you truly the master of your inner world? Reflect on this as you continue to grow, and let Stoicism be your compass toward a life of wisdom and strength. Thank you for joining this journey. See you in the next video.